Hello, I'm on a roll. I'm making so many videos, I might as well do another one. This one's what I think about couch surfing. Couchsurfing.com website. In case you don't know what it is, it's like if you're poor and you're complaining that you can't travel around the world or whatever, you know, because one of the expenses, you know, and you're like one of these people who wants to meet people and you want to like live in the lap of luxury and all this stuff, but you just don't have the money. Why don't you do couch surfing? Because you can hang out in somebody's house. You know, you can use their stove, or they'll cook you something. Live in their house for free, use their internet connection. It's like staying in a hotel and meeting some cool friend, and it's all free. And it's a great idea. And I actually dabbled with couch surfing a little bit this summer. I rode my bike through. Sorry, I keep killing these bugs. I rode my bike through Europe for 5 months this summer and did the couch surfing thing, set up the site. Now, my whole idea about couch surfing was that I like to educate people. Like, that's what I am. I'm an educator. I'm a disseminator of knowledge. When I traveled around, I had like 200 gigabytes, 150, 200 gigabytes of all of these 36 gigabyte like little memory cards, and then the hard drive of my computer was totally filled up. Of like an entire audio encyclopedia that I created from Wikipedia articles of, you know, all the animals in the world, all of the school subjects, all of the countries, all of the famous people, all the famous events, all of the you know, sports, all of the shitloads of shit that you can find on my website. You know, that you can listen to while you like working out, running, sleeping, you know, having insomnia, driving down the road, whatever, you know, you listen to it and you can absorb it. As if it's interesting, you can absorb it just as much as reading. And if it's not interesting, just listen to it 5 times and it's just as much as absorbing it if you read it once. And then I have all this stuff like aliens, tons of aliens, alien contactees talking about aliens, real life aliens talking through humans, you know, articles about that kind of stuff, audio. So yeah, so I can go around and I can like meet somebody at their house and I can fill their computer up with it. Yay, right? Seems like a pretty cool idea. And I guess you could advertise giving music to people in movies too. Although advertising it on the site is technically illegal, so I didn't do that. But I mean, what I'm doing about the aliens and that and the, you know, the thing isn't illegal. But so yeah, that's what I did. That's what I wrote on my profile. And then I go and I write. Now my experiment, because I'm an experimenter. I like to experiment and compare different kinds of people, and then report on it. So I only wrote women because of that. Because next time I'm only going to write the men, or maybe I'll only write. No, I think next time I will write women, but I'll only write the women who seem like they're like me, and then the men who seem like they're like me. Because this time around, I only wrote women, but I wrote all the women. I wrote every single woman. I know it took me hours and hours and hours. In Prague, starting in Prague, and then I went to it was Krakow, although I never went there. And then all the capital cities from there down to until Bulgaria, I think it was. But I would do like a cut and paste job, and where I go like, yeah, let me give you the, I'll give you all this stuff, you know, and I'm bike touring through, you know, yada yada. But at the beginning, I didn't actually look at the profile and say, you know, in your profile you say you're interested in things. Well, then you would be interested in this. At the very beginning, I wasn't doing that. It was just a cut and paste thing. And like, I didn't get any takers. A couple in Katowice. Well, one lady in Prague wrote back and said that I should have written her profile and because it said that she only accepts people who've been verified. But then but I don't know where it is. I don't know where it says that. I've looked. And there's another thing where it says if they're in town or not. And because I've been busted by 3 different women for being like, you should read my profile. I'm not even in town. But I looked and I couldn't find it anywhere. So whatever. I couldn't I don't know where that feature is, but I think there were some in Katowice, in Krakow, but I didn't go there. And then one girl gave me her number in what's that town, the capital of Croatia, Zagreb, but I didn't call her for some reason. And then, so if you call like really touristy places, if you write people in touristy places like Athens, you're not going to have any luck. I didn't get any responses from Athens, and I didn't do everybody because there's like 300, 400 people, women, and I did maybe only 50 or 60 or 70. I had some luck in Sofia, Bulgaria. 2 girls wanted to let me stay there. But even though one, she was just studying with her friend and wouldn't be able to hang out with me, said I could anyway, but I didn't go there with some other girl. And ended up just mainly hanging out with her boyfriend. And then I wrote like one day before I went to Bucharest, Romania, to like not that many people, maybe like 40 out of like 80, because I was outside in an internet place and kind of like waiting for I don't know, just I kind of like eating and allocating just an hour just to do that, even though it was only like €10 to stay at a hostel. Yeah, and like one girl got pissed and said that I should have read the profile and said she wasn't there, that said she wasn't there. And then some other girl wrote back and was like really nasty and said that I would like put out a really bad impression, and that I'm like, and that I shouldn't go around just expecting to be put up by anybody, and that I can't just barge in on people or something like that. And it pissed me off. So I was like, look, I offered to give you all this stuff, man. You're a fucking asshole. Which gets pissed her off because she told me, she started a thread about me and told me she was gonna get me kicked off of the site, and so I like, I cut and pasted what she said, and then anyways, and then somebody, but I didn't know about that because this other girl who didn't want to put me up but let me hang out with her, anyways, told me about it, that she saw me on the thread because she was one of the administrators of it. So then I wrote back and I'm like, look, if she wants to get me kicked off, or she put the negative review on my thing and said that I was going to get kicked, and then like a negative review that I like called her names and I'm an asshole and all this stuff. So then I just put a report on her site of what she said, just to defend myself so that I don't seem like an asshole on my website. And that's when she made the thread trying to get me to figure out a way to erase my negative comment about her. So then I found out about that, and then I pasted and defended why I did that on that thread, and then she kind of like decided that she would just take the negative review of me off, so then I took the negative review of her. And yeah, so basically the moral of that story is, if you write people, at least write a little thing to make them think, or at least women. I don't know if guys, I don't think guys are that touchy, but at least make it seem like you read their profile. So after that, I actually did manage to stay in somebody's place in Sofia. And then after that, and I stayed with some people, this American couple in Kiev, Ukraine. And I was their very first guest. And they were interested in aliens, so that was cool. And then I started doing that again in through the Baltics, where I would like write them, and then I would say like, oh yeah, you know, you nice dreads, you look like a hippie. How about the aliens? You know, I like what you said about. I like that you said you're interested in stuff. That must mean that you're probably interested in one of the things in my audio encyclopedia, maybe. But nobody wrote me back from there, the Baltics. And then I wrote a few chicks in Helsinki, and I was actually I didn't even write that many. It was only like 30. I got like a couple of, 2 girls wanted to put me up, and I stayed with one girl for 2 days. So that was cool. And then the other ones who answered actually seemed genuinely like they thought I was cool. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so the moral of the story. And my brother, he was doing couch surfing too, and he I think he stayed at like 30 people's places. Like everywhere he went, he was staying at people's places because he was writing men, and but he was staying at women's places too. And he was kind of in Northern Europe, which is more of a place. I think they're more open there. They're less fearful up there. But he was telling me, yeah, when you write people, you want to like make them feel like you've read their profile. You know, like you know, oh, it's cool that you traveled to this country. I've been there too. Maybe we could talk about that. And wow, that's amazing that you're a teacher, because I wish I was a teacher, type of a thing, you know. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty easy to get a place in Helsinki, but I didn't try anywhere after that because I just wanted to camp in my own business. But yeah, it's a cool site. Anyways, I'm out of time.